Hey, what's up, y'all? Ryan McDonald here, and I've got a look at the 4 new maps that they are doing for multiplayer on Call of Duty Black Ops. So this is the First Strike Map Pack 1, and we're looking at Discovery, which is easily the favorite I have of the 4 so far. It's got multiple layers here and there, got multiple paths, as you can see here, starting out from the spawn point, going out just a ways, got some bad guys coming, take them out. Flipping that around and imagining coming from the other side, the map pretty much works the same way, where you come and it's pretty much kind of these paths, these alleys, these lanes kind of come around side these buildings. And obviously we're taking a look at this one here, and as we'll sneak up a little further, we'll take a look across. Obviously I'm standing out in front of God and everybody, so this is not the way to play. I'm just kind of giving you an idea of visibility in the different areas you have to see and look. So right here, looking across the map, you'll see some folks. That's actually one of my favorite spots right there in that window I'm shooting in. I'll show you that in a sec. But yeah, you can see this kind of good vantage point. Obviously not a place to definitely hang out for any length of time. But I definitely saw lots of folks right here. Here's one of the longest shots right here down this lane here. But here's the building we were just shooting in the window of. We'll sneak over this way, come in here. Definitely a good spot to hang out. Put some Claymore business behind you. And then peek out of the windows and take care of some business and stack up some dudes. Obviously, no camping, just hanging out long enough to get some kills and then move on. So speaking of moving on, here's a spot that I kind of want to point out. You can fall in this map, so don't. Watch out, don't be a dummy like me. There goes another guy right there. But I mean, they even put a sign up and everything right there. You probably saw this in the trailer and stuff. This is actually one of the few maps in the game that actually has destructible terrain. There's a spot right here. You saw this gentleman was taking that out and makes it pretty much an obstacle, so you gotta jump over that. Up a little ahead, here's another spot where you'll see is that destructible terrain, and taking it out right there. My teammate comes in and takes a look at what that is doing. I still gotta figure out exactly the best, most effective way to use that. Here you can see, this is actually a pretty good spot right here on the map that is kind of like a, if you want to be in the thick of action, this is a spot to hold if you got a good team. And you want to, kind of be in the middle of the action spot. This is definitely a spot that I found myself in more than a few times, and had lots of enemies around us. And that's pretty much a look at Discovery. I'll end with this cool kill cam that one of my teammates got. Too bad the score limit hit as this went up just with one of the guys, because all 3 of them went flying, but it was still pretty good. So moving on, let's look at Khaloon in a deathmatch as well. So Khaloon, obviously, if you've seen any of the videos leading up to the release of this, Khaloon is basically, it takes place kind of on the rooftops of a lot of buildings. So you can see, running around here at the start of the map, people are kind of filtering their way through the map, finding their spots. This dude dropping a Claymore, getting to his vantage point. But yeah, here's a look at one of the longer spots here, looking to do some sniping business. Definitely, got some good spots for snipers. There's the zip line you've probably seen in the trailer. I'll show you in just a second how that actually works as we go into this spot here. So the zip line definitely kind of cool, except the part where it basically isn't, because when you go zip lining, just like you'd expect, you were totally defenseless, and everybody on the map is like, there goes the dude, and you totally take fire, and there you go. I'm gonna leave this Claymore behind me, so if this guy comes looking, you'll find a nice little surprise. Moving on in the map, I found this pipe, and call me crazy, but I wanted to see if I could kind of get myself hitched on it and do a little peekaboo over the top of this thing, maybe catch some people a little unexpected or something. But no, you'll fall and die. So there you go, if you've ever been wondering that. But pretty much, as you'll see here, a lot of folks are still running around the map. So I've been out for a couple days now, still trying to figure out where they're going, kind of figuring out how this works. Khaloon especially is they got places up and down and windows and doors and stuff. So there's some tight quarters here and there, some long shots, and yeah, a lot of people, myself included, still figuring out the best way to kind of navigate Khaloon and make that effective. But you'll see, shooting people on Khaloon works just as good as a lot of places. Here's another interesting thing I'll say is, like, just like on Discovery I showed you a second ago, there are places, I mean, obviously you're fighting on the rooftops of a lot of these structures, so it makes sense that there are places where you could fall off an edge or two. Here you can see I got my little RCXD, and I am basically riding it around looking for a bad guy to get. And I see one right up here, but unfortunately, my teammates get him, but you'll see, woo, boom. So there's that. Here's a look at Stadium. The third map that we're taking a look at. Stadium and Domination. I will say I played this map a couple different ways. Team Deathmatch, obviously, and Domination. Domination of the two, I will say that this map I like a lot in Domination because kind of the way it's structured. You can see here the scaffolding getting out and looking right over the top of B. And, you know, for anybody that's played this game at all, you know, Domination's kind of about holding that B if you can and keeping one of the other, whether it's A or C, you know, to your team. It took us a little while to realize with the scaffolding across the way here, going through this a few different times, that, you know, people that knew kind of were catching on how to play this map. You can see right there, we're getting smoke from up top. But that's kind of the trick that we learned. So you can see in this portion of the game, and we got B here. We're down 49-110. Making our way up, though, we got B and we've got C. And once we got the high ground, as you can see some of my teammates around, you know, in different spots up top, we got that vantage point. Once we got the vantage point, and then we had myself and a couple of the teammates basically down below, kind of, you know, playing footsie a little bit, kind of, you know, taking positions, moving, you know, taking one dude at a time, moving. It seemed like that was kind of effective in terms of being able to hold these positions, especially B. You'll see here, you know, just basically moving just slightly out of sight, and then, you know, coming around to take a dude out, you know. So definitely some camping here on some Domination, obviously trying to hold that B position, and then pretty much it's just, you know, coming around the corner, jacking the dude, and then you know, getting those shots. This is especially a good spot I found. It seems like I had that long shot here. I could peek around the corner and get the guy going to B. I could watch my buddy up top right here, although he's not paying attention, and, you know, this grenade comes, and then this other guy with his knife comes, and he gets stabbed, and we shoot this guy. So, but this is a spot that I found right around this whole area, right about here. Definitely seemed to be a good spot. But there's a look at our stadium. So Berlin Wall, the last map we'll take a look at. Not my favorite of the four, to be honest. It's got a couple really tight choke points. If you look at the map, you might imagine Berlin Wall, right? The big wall kind of separating the map. But there's a couple break points in it, and you'll see, you know, at the start of the map, everybody again filtering out, going their separate ways, kind of getting the position. But here's one of the break points in the wall. So you go through here, and there's this like no man's land that exists between the break points, and you'll see it's represented by red. But if you try to go through it, this alarm sounds and this automated gun comes, and as you can clearly see, I have yet to successfully negotiate that, and I don't know that you can. I think it just might be like a tease, and maybe you just shoot across when people are running. I don't know. But there's a quick look at the 4 multiplayer maps in Black Ops First Strike Map Pack 1. Hope you enjoyed it.